Good morning, sports fans. It's Monday, February 17th, and time to kick off yet another action-packed edition of Sporty Monday. Now, today we've got plenty to dive into. We start with Shujaa, who are in Vancouver, who will be in Vancouver for the Sevens series, and can they step up and crack the top 8 to secure spot in the LA season finale? Now, back home, KCB and Cabrasa are dominating the Kenya Cup, but can anyone stop these rugby powerhouses? Over in football, FKF has a new CEO in the name of Harold Ndege. Will he be the game changer Kenyan football desperately needs? Meanwhile, our very own Isaac Swilatijan is in California, San Francisco to be precise, braving the winter to cover the just concluded NBA All-Star action that took place last night. We'll check in with him and find out if he actually crossed paths with legends like Shaq O'Neal and LeBron James. Shujaa will be breaking down all the latest from the Bundesliga in Germany. Welcome to the program. My name is Wycliffe Orandi, sitting in for One Swila. But first, let's head over to Zita Jimoi at the scoreboard. Zita, what do you have for us today?
Thank you so much, Orandi, and welcome back from your leave. As we said, of course, after the naming of the FKF CEO, we'll be telling you more about him and what he has been doing in football industry and what we expect him to do. And of course, we'll be telling you the team of the week, player of the week, and of course, the goal of the week. Don't go away, because all these you'll find them here on Sporty Monday. Back to you, Orandi.
Thank you very much, Zira. Looking forward to that. Now, let's take a look at the question of the day. Today, we're asking you, do you think Shujaa will finish top 8 in Vancouver Sevens in Canada to qualify for the season finale in Los Angeles in May? Do you think Shujaa will finish top 8 in Vancouver Sevens to qualify for season finale in LA, that is to be played in May this year? Send your answers to 22422, that is the SMS line, and of course also hashtag is Sporty Monday, and it will be at Citizen TV Kenya and also at Wycliffe Orandi, and we'll be sampling some of your views as we continue with this show. Now, we start with matters rugby. Shujaa are in a tough group A alongside France, Argentina, and Great Britain. What do you make of that? We start with you, Shitera.
I'm very hopeful that after coming back from relegation, struggling, but a ray of hope from the performance, I'm very hopeful that it's a group that we can easily get out of. With the young blood in the team, and probably Coach Wambua learned from the previous mistakes. A match where we lead and then give it away in the second half against very tough opponents. I think it's a group that we can clearly get away with. Argentina, Great Britain, I think, with a proper physical training, I think we will get out of it, and I'm very hopeful that we will make it top 8. Yeah, it's a possibility. I keep on saying that in a field, if it's football or rugby, you have equal number of opponents, so put your best foot forward. It's possible. We've done it before. 2015, we won the cup. The trophy, and I think there is nothing new that we are trying out. It's something that we have done. It can be done. It's possible.
All right. Zita, Coach Wambua made only 2 additions to that squad that will be playing in Vancouver. Fiji-born John Kubwe and his Cabras teammate, 17-year-old Jackson Siketi. What do you think they'll bring to the team that the team really lacks, that they have to be included in that squad?
I'm happy for because he did not shuffle the whole squad because of the gelling of the team and everything, and he knew where where he went wrong when he was playing in I think it's Barry or It's
Australia.
South Australia. So he knew what he needed, and that is why he injected the two players in the team. So for me, I am wishing them all the best, and we know we are now number 9, and we just need even to go a little bit. Maybe we are just saying 8. Maybe we can go even to 7.
We are targeting.
Yes, we're targeting 8, but even we can go even up kidogo. So for me, I am wishing the team all the best. At the end of it, we are behind them. We will support them, and we will be bringing all the new the updates here. All right. And Kenya finished 10th in Dubai, then going to Cape Town and improved to 7th, and then going to Perth down to 9th. And we are dealing with such big teams as of course France, who are the Olympic champions. We're dealing with Argentina, who won the Perth leg. We are dealing with Great Britain, all these teams we've played before, and it's been a mixed bag of results. What do you think going into this group? Do you have any chances, especially against France and against Argentina?
I'd say we have very equal chances with them, because having come from relegation, we had expected that the team would not be performing so well, and especially given the kind of teams that we have been pulled with. But looking at France, yes, they won the Olympics, but has that form been carried forward to the subsequent titles? It has not. Argentina looks like they're going to be the toughest opponent this time round, but again, the team is resilient enough. The 2 additions that the coach has injected into the game, we have seen them perform. They have been the engine behind the Cabra's performance. So we expect that the same is going to be replicated. In as much as there has not been a proper consistency of the team, but I think the team is going to be in that top 8, and not the bottom, not the number 8 itself. So I'm very hopeful that with the kind of play that they manifested in Perth, in as much as yes, we went back to 10th, but the team is going to perform properly.
And Shitera, to you, looking at the likes of lethal guys or players like Patrick Odongo and Nigel, I mean, they have been very instrumental this particular season so far, this being now the 4th leg we are going into, scoring when it matters. So what do you think, how much of the energy do they still have to propel this team forward? Are they still the main guys to look out to, especially considering the experience they have in Shujaa so far?
Onyala, Patrick Odongo, I think these are people we're really looking up for. And Patrick Odongo has really filled that void that we have not we've been having since the Injeras left. I think Patrick Odongo is the guy to look up to. He has really been doing so well, even helping us to bounce back into the HSBC series. So I'm really hopeful that Coach Wambua has really learned from the mistakes we made in as far as the defensive is concerned, because that is where I think we slept in Perth and conceded against teams that we were leading. So building from that, I'm very, very positive that we're really going to have good results in Vancouver. And what you can only do is wish them all the best.
And welcome Alex Kinyo from RMS Sports Center. Now, Alex, explain to us, you're very versant with matters to do with rugby, and especially following up on this Shujaa team. Just explain to us how important it is to finish in the top 8 in this Vancouver leg and what it means going into the season finale in LA.
Thank you, Randy, and good morning. This is a very crucial leg for Kenya. We're in a group that, for some reason, people think we have beatable teams, but it is very critical to note that Argentina won the Part 7s, and France are Olympic champions in the 7th game. Having said that, we also have Great Britain, who are in 8th position right now. Kenya is number 9, and all we have to do is beat Great Britain in our group stages, and then make sure we qualify for the quarters, or at least the 5th place playoff. That is going to take us above Great Britain. But having said that, it's a very interesting weekend for Kenya, because we've seen for the first time introduction of John Kubu John Kubu is Fijian by birth, but he chose Kenya. He came to Kenya in 2014 when he came to play in the Safari Sevens, and he's never left Kenya. And his inclusion in the shorter version of the game is welcome in terms of what he brings to the team, in terms of his kicking, in terms of his distribution, in terms of his play. Kenya's been over-reliant on Nigel Amaitsa so far and Samuel Asati, because those are the two centers that we have, and they've been really, crucial for Kenya. But having John Kubu in the squad is welcome for Kenya, and it's going to help us, have another version of the game that you can rely upon. For the first time also, we have Jackson Siketa. Siketa is just 2 years ago we covered Siketa playing for Koyonzo, and I think he's one of the youngest players he'll be one of the youngest players to debut for Kenya. The last player I can remember who played for Kenya at such an age is Biko Adema. Biko Adema played for Kenya while he was 18, but Siketa is just 17 years. And what he brings to the game is, you remember he helped Cabraz win the Dallas Sevens last year. Mm-hmm. It was his first season in the National Seven circuit, and we've seen him, progress from high school rugby to what he's playing now in Cabraz. I think it's going to, help and give belief to the rest of the players that, being a young player, you can get to these levels and, be part of the game and give your contribution. I spoke to John Siketa on Friday, and he said it's just unbelievable, being part of the squad. What people forget is, away from being just being called to the national team, he's been training with the team from August last year, but he's not gotten his chance because he's young, and the coach has given him time to develop and get to terms with what it means to play for the national team, and he's getting his chance because we've seen what he can bring to the team. Yeah. I think this is going to be a very crucial weekend for Kenya, because after Vancouver, then we left with 3 crucial legs, heading to the USA and then later to New Zealand. And it is going to be very important for such players, to step up and show what they can, because I think we've been over-reliant on Patrick Odongo. He's one of the guys who's shown up, and he's represented the country in extreme levels since the Challenger Series. It's having the guys like Siketa and the likes of Nigel Amaitsa, the likes of, we'll see what John Kubu brings to the team, that is going to help, Kevin Bilingwamboa. Now, because when you look at path, we were losing some of these games towards the last minute. I think we were giving too much in the first half, and then forgetting that, we have a game to preserve, and then, that's hurt the team so much. So it's going to be a very important weekend for Kenya, and I hope we just make it to the quarters for the first time this season.
All right.
Yeah.